almost 50 years after his death, engineers have tested a jet engine in Donald Campbell's Bluebird, the craft in which he was killed in the Lake District. Campbell was trying to break his own world water speed record on Coniston Water in January 1967. It wasn't until 2001 that he and the boat were recovered by Tyneside diver Bill Smith. Since then, he and a team of volunteers have painstakingly restored Bluebird. And at the weekend, a milestone was reached as Bluebird came to life again. Jerry Jackson was there.
15 years ago, she was the shattered reminder of a tragedy, but crucially, mainly intact. And to the man who'd searched for her for years, Bluebird was too precious, too symbolic to leave to rust.
It's a privilege to be working on Donald's boat.
Year after year, Bill Smith and a team of volunteer engineers in North Shields restored her, literally bit by bit. Their dream, to run her again under jet power on Coniston Water. Bluebird's original engine from an RAF fighter jet couldn't be saved, but in the best traditions of post-war engineers, an almost identical one was found. Now, though, a major test. Will this 55-year-old engine fire up and run inside Bluebird? Time after time, hopes are raised and then dashed.
It basically got too hot on startup, so we shut it down. Not sure why.
Is that a big problem?
No, it's just about engine handling. It's an old mechanical system. It hasn't got computers to control it. It's all got to be done on rods and levers and linkages, and it's just a handling issue. We've had it before, so we're just stuck in a little learning curve.
You are an ultra-confident man. Has this sustained you through these 15 years?
Yeah. You've got to.
Ideas and daylight are running out. But then, Bluebird is alive again.
I tell you what. Oh, Mr. Campbell, respect. That was horrendous.
How does it feel?
You went up there beautifully, just as expected. And then I let it stabilise a bit and then took it up to 65%, and the whole thing was doing this. I could feel it moving and I could feel my hat doing this. Oh, that was amazing. I'm not normally stuck for words, but I haven't got many at the minute.
There'll be more testing at RAF Scampton in Lincolnshire next spring. And if all's well, a never-to-be-forgotten day back on Coniston will go on the calendar. Bill has never set a date. His pilot, and the rest of us, must be patient.
What would Donald Campbell make of all of this?
Oh, he'd love it. He would absolutely love it. You know, he was a great showman of his day. He wanted to do well, and he had a great legacy of breaking records. And I'm very grateful to be able to be in this position, to be able to show a great piece of work back off to the public.
It does show that the British, when they make their minds up, can jolly well overcome all obstacles and achieve anything.
Jerry Jackson, BBC Look North, Tyneside.
The engine of the iconic hydroplane Bluebird has powered it across the water for the first time since it crashed in 1967. Amy Lee reports.
Well, what an incredible day this has been for the Bluebird team. They've been here since Friday, and yet in that amount of time they've managed to get her completely unpacked and onto the side of Loch Fad, have one successful flotation test, which was yesterday afternoon, and then today the big moment. She was successfully tested with a pilot on the water. She managed to get up to speeds of 65 miles an hour, and the man responsible for that, affectionately known as Ted to the team here, said it was an incredible experience.
It's fantastic. It's great to be able to get in a machine like this and be able to give it a go. So, and that with all its history is an amazing thing.
Well, just a reminder of Bluebird's story. She crashed in 1967, killing her pilot, Donald Campbell. That was while he attempted one of the water world speed records. He already held several records. But it was that attempt that is stamped on the nation's memory, that iconic footage of him losing control and flipping, Bluebird landing on her nose and then sinking below Coniston Water. She lay under Coniston Water until 2001, when Bill and his team managed to resurrect her. They also were able to recover the body of Donald Campbell and have since then worked together with the family to try and get her back out on the water where they believe she belongs. And it's been a long process. It's taken over a decade to get her fully restored. She is the original Bluebird, save for a new lick of paint and several new parts. But this is the original Bluebird, and she is now back out on the water. Well, Bill Smith, who is the project lead, is understandably absolutely thrilled and says they've got big plans for the next few days.
A slight glitch in that the fuel that we've got isn't really suitable. We've got to get a different grade of fuel, so we're trying to deal with that in the morning. But then there's a few jobs we can catch up with, and then hopefully the next thing is to put Ted back in the hot seat and explore a little bit more, go a little bit faster. Then we'll get Stu's been in today for a static engine run. We'll maybe get him on the water next.
Now, at the moment, the team are waiting for some more fuel to arrive. It's probably not the kind of engine you could take through your local petrol station to fill her up. And once that fuel arrives, we are hoping that could be around about tomorrow afternoon. She'll be able to head back onto the water for another test. This time, hopefully, they say, getting up to even higher speeds.
Now, a team from the northeast has succeeded in testing a record-breaking hydroplane at speed for the first time. The volunteers from North Tyneside are on the Isle of Bute in Scotland, putting Bluebird through its paces.
Well, in 1967, of course, the pilot Donald Campbell was killed trying to break his own water speed record in the craft. As Amy Lee reports, last night's run at more than 100 miles an hour wasn't without its problems.
Bluebird, flying at speed for the first time, travelling at more than 100 miles an hour across Loch Fad. A successful test run, but something did go wrong. This is the moment the Perspex canopy protecting the pilot flew off. It lands in the water. No one was hurt. We showed the pilot Ted Walsh our pictures of the run.
Bit more throttle now as we just try and break out of there, and you can see it accelerates quite quickly at that point. And here we are nicely into a nice sort of 70 mile an hour pass, if you like. Now we know this condition occurs where the boat starts to nod at part throttle. That's not a condition that we really like. So at that point, as soon as we've got a couple of nods, then we punch it pretty hard. And the boat accelerates smoothly away. You can see it's lovely conditions, and bosh, out of shot. I've had canopies come off when we were racing and what have you. Normally they would come off in a corner or after some incident or otherwise. So it's not unusual to lose your canopy, but it's a bit of a shock.
It now means more work for the technical team, making a new canopy, repairing old parts. But it's something Team Bluebird is used to.
It was annoying more than anything because we've got to make a new part, which has put another delay on things. But, you know, that's the way it is. And that sort of failure is the sort of thing that hydroplane pilots train for. And that's why Ted is in there, because he's the very best man for the job. He just sat amongst it and dealt with it, you know, it's no drama.
This loch is used to seeing small motorboats and rowing boats used for fishing and leisure cruises. But what it's experienced here over the past few days alone has left this island with some incredible memories. Memories that the island will take away forever, and people are already excited to share. From the 4th of January 1967 to the 6th of August 2018, as striking as ever, something the team say would make Donald Campbell proud. Amy Lee, ITV News.